I think it's located in Plaza on Buford Highway. It's about a half a mile from Northview Hills, right next door to Turtle.
You want to give him this? Want to give him this one? Give him this one?
So we got Terry Nelson just joined in, and Tom, who's up on?
Okay, this right here is breaking right now. He's doing the popping. That was Greg. Okay. This is Brandon. He's our youngest one out there.
I have Tom Mitchell. He's the manager of Hot Atlanta, plus he's the general manager back.
Yes, I sure am.
How long have Hot Atlanta been together?
Well, they used to be called the Backstreet Breakers, and now we got them together. We got a good group of 8 or 9 of those guys, and they're going to Vancouver, Canada for the International Breakdance Contest. And we've been together for about 2 months now, and we've been practicing. We practice every night for about 4 or 5 hours.
And anybody come in and see your practice, or is it closed session?
Closed session right now. Then pretty soon we might just charge some admission like $1 or so. Just let people come in and notice us. We're going on tour pretty soon. There's going to be a Fresh Festival. We're going to try to get in there. We've been talking about it. It's going to be coming up in September. If anybody would like to see these guys, they perform almost every Friday night against other break groups at Packard.
Don't forget that, ladies. If you want to see Hot Atlanta perform, Packard is their #1 house.
Right there.
Terry Nelson.
That's Terry. He has some real good windmills on him.
He's from
He's from New York. Yeah, he's even got a brother in Dynamic duo. I think they're breakers out of New York.
When you're going tour, any New York breakers going to be with you?
We're going to go on tour. Dynamic, they're bringing the whole group down from the north, and they're going to be in that Fresh Festival, and we're supposed to go down there with them. So New York City is going to be coming down there, supposedly. I don't think they gave an answer yet.
By the time
right now, they're battling right now. This is Scott. Scott and Greg are battling on this side. Donnie and Terry or Mark, they're battling on the other side. Brandon's in the back.
All right. I would like to thank Tom Mitchell from Packers for coming down, bringing Hot Atlanta. And hey, we'll see you next week. Our 5th part series, we're going to do a review and everything we learned from 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I hope Tom won't mind on our 6th part. We're going to go outside, take it on the street,
no
have
problem.
a little battle.
No
All right,
problem.
I want to thank Tom for coming and everybody else, okay?
Thank you.
See you next week. You can walk out there now and be on television if you want. You like to sing about soil, huh?
Eddie, if you didn't have soil, what would you do with your washing machine?
No, I'm talking about soil. We need to grow the food we put on our tables. It takes 500 years to create just 1 inch of topsoil.
No.
Yes. So learn what you can do to conserve our soil.
Write to Eddie and Ralph, National Wildlife Federation, Washington, D.C., 20036.
It's a special kind of spirit that rises in us all. We hear a cry for help, we're there to answer the call. Lend a hand, lend a hand.
So many things today could use a hand. Your hand, your time, your money, even a bit of yourself.
Lend a hand, lend a hand.
The very little.
This is what it's like to be functionally illiterate. There are 27 million Americans like this who need your help. Volunteer at this number. The only degree you need is a degree of caring.
I think I can.
Look, the Statue of Liberty. I don't feel so good. Where does it hurt? All over. I need lots of fixing. That's where it gets expensive. If we ask people to help, they will. Everyone loves me. To help, send your contributions to The Lady, Box 1986, New York, or call 1-800-THE-LADY. It would make me feel a lot better. Keep the torch lit! I love her.
Look at this ball. Yeah. Oh, a great He beats two. Put it away. Oh, a great save. And Young's there to put it in. Young is there to put the ball in after Emerson has three.
Back across the mouth of the goal, and a very nice save. Interrupted by Van. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Memorial Stadium. Welcome to the prime table high school game of the week between Tucker in the red or crimson and Redan in the white. Gene O'Brien here to bring you the action with Adrian Brooks. Adrian, come on in and tell us about Tucker.
Okay, we saw Tucker last week. They lost a heartbreaking game to the Clarkson team, if the folks remember on TV, up against another formidable team, the Redan Raiders. Redan in the white, Tucker in the red. And we had an early show right off the bat. Oh, very close attempts. First minute of the game, quickly, the lineup for Tucker, I believe. Ray Jarvis in goal, John Sandifer, Chris Ball, Brent Venusa, Gary Lowe. There's a quick corner kick, short.
There's Gil Watson on the turn for Redan, number 5. Gil Watson, the stopper.
Quickly in midfield, John Coleman, Mike Miller, Paul Gwynn, and Jim Stone, we believe.
All righty, let me give the Redan lineup real quick here, Adrian. Action is so fast and furious, we don't have time to catch your breath here. Mike Wirtz in the goal, Danny Meyer, the back four. Peter Nicolini, Danny Meyer, Gil Watson, Tinker Small, Tampax, Terrell Boyd, Adam Gray, Kurt Armstrong. And the front people, John Hartwick, Westball, center forward, and Chris Gardocki, number 11. Take it away, Adrian.
We got two front players for the Tucker team. There's Jeff Casanova and Ho Lee. I believe they switched around quite a bit. Ho Lee's in midfield tonight, number 17.
Well, you recall last week against Clarkston, Ho Lee, number 17, had a very frustrating game, Adrian, because they kept marking him and double marking him. Clarkston did. Let's see how he does tonight.
Redan knocking the ball out to the right-hand side, back in the midfield. Fast and furious game. Redan already having 2 or 3 opportunities to go ahead. Referee calls offside, I think. Okay, our MVP of last week is going to take the free kick. Chris Ball. Number 6. Fine young player.
Yeah, he was our player of the game last week. Ball stopper, fine player. Sweeper, rather, fine player. Running hard on the right side there for Redan is number 26, John Hartwick.
Punted out of the back there by goalkeeper Ray Jarvis. Not a very good kick.
This is a very big game for Redan, Adrian, because they've lost a game, and they've tied a game, and they've won 5. Clarkston has lost none. They're 8-0.
Oh, it's a great one too right there. That's tremendous. Great to watch things like that on the edge of the box. Referee calls a goal kick. Great stuff from Redan. Redan in the white and blue with blue shorts. Tucker in the maroon and yellow. 0-0 with just 4 minutes into the game. Goal kick played out by Chris Ball. Heads up. Number 9. Who's there?
Michael Miller.
Mike Miller on there. Mike's got it again.
Mike's working hard.
Pressured by number 11.
That's Chris Gordaki. Chris Gordaki's a left-footed player and an excellent shot. The fans will see something if Gordaki gets a shot off here tonight, because he's got an explosive shot. That's Danny Meyer playing in the center, sweeper. Oh, look at this, Adrian. That's West Ball, number 2, making a charge. West Ball is the center forward, number 2.
Yeah, it looks like Redan's got 3 front players. 2 out wide and 1 right down the middle.
Yeah, I think he's got Gordaki, number 11, on the left side, West Ball, number 2 in the middle, and John Hartwick, number 26, on the right side, Adrian.
What's the stats on these 3 players, Gene? Why don't you give the viewers the, if you know them.
Well, let me see here, Adrian. Let's take Gordaki, number 11. He's a ninth grade player.
9th grade.
He's a ninth grade player and a tremendous left-footed shot.
Good ball knocked into the middle.
West Ball is a senior. Excellent player. And there you see the left fullback dropping it back to his goalkeeper.
Ray Jarvis punting the ball out to the halfway line. Brought down. Redan applying a lot of pressure here tonight, asserting themselves as being the most dominant team in the first 5 or 6 minutes.
You know, if you recall last week, the defensive people of Tucker were excellent. Chris Ball, number 6, at the sweeper. Venuso, number 4, at the stopper. Sandifer, 21, had a great game last week right at fullback.
Yeah, sure did.
And Gary Lowe, number 15, left fullback. So let's see what they do tonight, Adrian. Under pressure. That's Gordaki. No, that's Armstrong, number 13. Number 31.
Good tackle there. Heads up ball. Redan certainly get most of the play in the first early moments of the game.
Well, what they're doing, Adrian, they're coming off the ball very fast. Fast movement out there.
Well, not only that, it's in the game of soccer, it's all individual battles all over the field. You against the opposing player that you happen to be marking.
Oh, look at this. Nice. No, great defensive play. Great defensive play by number 7, I do believe.
Ball's knocked into midfield. Redan just putting that pressure on. Taking shots from all over the place. Dynamite effort. As I was saying, I think Redan's winning those individual battles at the moment. All over the field, in fact.
Somebody once said you got 10 little battles on the field, and if you win those little battles, you'll win the war.
That's a great saying, that, Gene. Where'd you find that one?
Some English chap told me that. Explained that to me one time, Adrian.
Back to sweeper number 4, Danny Meyer.
Paul Gwynn.
Knocked out wide.
If you recall, number 11, Paul Gwynn, scored last week the Tucker goal in that game against Clarkston. That's Sandifer, number 21. Sandifer again, number 21.
Holy on the ball, knocks it out wide to the left-hand side. Who's this? Doesn't quite get it. Good idea, great idea. Holy seems to be playing in deep in midfield.
Yes, he is.
Sort of the playmaker.
Well, that might be a good idea because there's no use having him up there. I thought he was totally wasted last week.
That's a very candid opinion, Gene.
Well, I did. I thought he was doubly marked, and as you saw time and time again, triply marked. And if the player's if he's in that posture, there's not much point letting him sit up there and just be marked out of the game. He's too good a player. You've got to have his foot on the ball. Can't have his foot on the ball if he's got two people all over him, two defenders all over him. But he's got more space now down in the middle field.
He sure will. Tucker going with two front players and 4 midfielders cramping the midfield up. Redan, however, got 3 midfielders and 3 front players, so certainly 2 different styles here tonight. Okay, a throw in from the right-hand side all the way down the line. Don't quite get through. Ball's knocked deep to number 4, Danny Meyer. Puts his foot on the ball. Back to the goalkeeper. Smart move. Under pressure out there.
You know, Adrian, we've said it so many times. Go ahead.
I love seeing things like that, where the player comes and collects the ball off the goalkeeper. Shows he has a little composure and confidence back there coming out with the ball.
It was a nice run. Here's Danny Meyer. Back again to the goalkeeper.
I like players who want the ball from the goalkeeper. You very rarely see this.
That's Kurt Armstrong for Redan. This is Adam Gray on the move. See how fluid he is. Nice fluid look at the ball.
Oh, that sort of dipped. Oh.
Driving shot.
Very good idea.
Driving shot by West Ball.
Quite a few of these players on television tonight or on view tonight are highly sought after by various colleges around town and all over the nation.
You're exactly right, Adrian. I'm looking down there and I see a number of college coaches down there looking these boys over, and it gives them a great opportunity to show their wares. And you know, and I know, Adrian, that at least 2 players have gone to college for soccer on the basis of tapes of our games we done last year. So we're very pleased to be part of the whole scheme of getting these boys opportunities in college and play soccer in college. This is Chris Ball, Sandifer, Sandifer again.
Andy Kimball with a throw-in. Goalkeeper Ray Jarvis comes out to collect.
Interesting change now for Redan. Hartwick, Ball, Gerdach, you're out in the front line. We got Henderson, Allen, and Chadwick, Andrew Chadwick. All right, Aiden, pick it on up. The action has kind of died down a little bit right now.
Well, Thompson's going out there on the field. I don't know what's happened. The throw-in, took a throw-in. Referee was right on it. Play got sandwiched, I believe.
Tripper Allen is a 9th grader out there playing center forward now for Redan, a fine young player.
Oh, that's a great...
Oh, a great opportunity and a nice run in.
That's a tremendous
That
effort.
was a nice run in there by Chadwick. Nice run in by Chadwick. And that was Adam Gray, I believe, took the shot. Chadwick to Gray. Great, great shot.
Dynamite cross coming in there and first time shot on goal.
Yeah, that was Chadwick. That's a familiar name, is it not, Adrian?
It sure is. Gene O'Brien.
David Chadwick being the former coach of the Chiefs and the Generals here in the Atlanta area. Andrew Chadwick. Number 16 is his son. He's now playing outside left. Tripper Allen is playing center forward, number 29. And Henderson, number 28, is on the far side. So they changed the whole front line, Adrian.
Well, they certainly have the players over on that side to do that there. That's a great ball by Ho-Lee.
This is Gwynn out to Casanova, but Danny Myers intercepts. Nice drop to Chadwick.
Nice build up here.
Back to Chadwick again. Allen to Chadwick. Very hard to see the numbers on these Redan shirts, Adrian.
Yeah, it sure is from way up here. They sort of blend in with their...
So fans, bear with us here because the numbers are gray almost in texture and in color rather. They blend in with the white shirts of Redan, so please forgive us if we miscall a few names here once in a while, but we'll do the best we can. This is Meyer.
Having plenty of time back there doing the sweeping. Oh, bad bounce there for the Tucker player.
That's Henderson on the run. Fast. And that's an attempt by Lowe to strip him of the ball, but Henderson is successful.
The Tucker player got back very, very fast there. He was beaten, well beaten, and he quickly recovered. Okay, a goal kick. Who's taking the goal kick? Chris Ball.
Chris Ball, number 6.
Knocks it wide on the right-hand side, looking for Ho-Lee.
That was Adam Gray. Oh, that's... Keep mixing up Armstrong and Adam Gray. Armstrong is on the left side. That was Kurt Armstrong. Number 31. Another good player. Comes from a long line of soccer players, Adrian.
Really?
Armstrong brothers, yeah. They seem like there's Armstrongs in Redan forever. This is Kurt Armstrong, number 31.
Smartly back to the goalkeeper, Ray Jarvis.
That was Jim Stone knocking it back to Jarvis.
Mistimed ball, first-time ball there. Danny Meyer comes over and wins it. Very strong sweeper back there, coming out.
Terrell Boyd, number 12, over there on the right side in the action for Redan.
Redan have quite a few substitutes over on that side.
Oh, they've got an army on that team, Adrian. They must have 40 or 50 players on that Redan team.
And especially in contrast to the Tucker bench over here, they have 3 or 4 players sitting on it. So.
Yeah, Tucker have about 4 subs, and Redan have about 24, 34, somewhere around about that.
Punted out, great.
Mike Wirtz is in the nets for Redan, long punt.
Oh, tremendous turn on the ball. Oh, a great, unlucky, great idea. Had the defender going the wrong way. Jarvis punting the ball out.
That was Chadwick on that push forward. Chadwick is a very talented player, Adrian. He's got a lot of skills and very aggressive player. Now here comes another army of substitutions for Redan. Do you see them all coming in, Adrian? About 4, 5, or 6 of them coming in. It's very, very difficult to keep up with these substitutes. Friends, we're going to do the best we can with the poor numbers, poor visibility in the numbers, and the frequent substitutions. We'll do the best we can. But I guess that's one way to keep those legs fresh, Adrian.
It sure is.
Friends, if you're enjoying these games, by all means, drop a note over there to Prime Cable, 2818 East Ponce de Leon Avenue, Decatur, 30030. Put them attention to Ann Landers. She's the same name as the lovelorn lady on the newspapers. Tell her she's the executive director over there. Tell her how much you enjoy these games. She's very supportive of soccer and very instrumental in keeping this on the channel. So drop a letter, tell you're enjoying this great game. Pace is great.
Yeah, it's a very good pace.
Holy, I believe, number 17 on the ball right now.
Oh, taken away.
Stripped by Gil Watson, number 5 for Redan. A very aggressive, hard-nosed stopper.
Gil very strong on the ball there. Won the ball very cleanly.
All right, we got Ball, number 2, back in, center forward. Godaki, number 11, back in. We've got Bacon, number 30, in. Hardwick, number 26, in.
This Redan team seems very, very strong, very formidable team, Gene.
Yeah, got great depth.
Strength all over the place.
Great depth. As I say, Adrian, as we go along, we try and pick them out for you while you do this excellent commentary on the action.
Golden opportunity there. Ball bounced down. The Tucker player.
All right. That's the left fullback low over there, or rather the stopper, Brett Fanuso. Number 4 clearing the ball away for Tucker.
Pushed into space. Nice cross coming over. Holy brings the ball down. Looks up.
Gil Watson on Holy. Gil Watson, number 5. Holy jukes him out of the ball. Goes forward.
Wants to
turns
try and beat him again. I think he's taking too much time.
That ball was meant for Casanova, but stolen away by the left fullback. Looks like Tinker Small out there.
Okay, back to play.
Colin Cassidy, number 21, is playing right halfback for Redan right now.
You know, Redan are using these wings very, very effectively. Looking up and pushing the ball out wide on many, many occasions. The center forward and the opposite wing are crashing in. I'm sure they'll get some success with these things tonight. Gil Watson, by the way, seems to have drawn the responsibility of marking one of their most important players, is Holy.
Well,
number of occasions we've seen him clash.
Holy is now out, headed out, I guess, to take a rest.
I think Gil Watson went with him.
No, Watson is still in there, number 5. I'll tell you about Watson. I've had Watson play for me for a number of years. Watson is one of the best man-on-man markers there is out there. He is absolutely aggressive, gives no quarter, asks no quarter. Very, very aggressive player. Good man-on-man marker. In the youth league, when we used to play against Rod Underwood, you remember him, the Southwest DeKalb star that signed that to go to Furman?
Sure.
We used to put him on Rod Underwood. You talk about a great battle between two players. It was tremendous to see Underwood and Gil Watson go head-to-head. And he's doing the same thing now with Holy out here tonight and doing a good job. As a matter of fact, like we say, Holy is out of the game. Pick it up, Adrian.
Thank you, Gene. Okay, we're back to free kick, I believe the referee called. Free kick. Could be a dangerous situation here. Let's see what Redan is doing. Man-to-man marking on the 18-yard line. Probably an offside trap going to be pulled here, I think.
Adrian,
maybe not. No. Very
Look
dangerous.
at this. Oh, a great charge in by the Tucker player, but it was a high boot.
The referee didn't think so, Gene.
No, it was a high boot, but the Tucker player almost took off that Redan goalie's head, but it was a good surge by the Tucker player, and the referee right on the mark calls a free kick for Tucker. Number 9 for Tucker, Mike Miller. Good movement. At least Mike's moving. That's the key.
He sure was.
You know, sometime before this game is over, let's get one of these college coaches up here and introduce him to the folks and get see what he has to say about this game and the caliber of the game and so on and so forth. What do you say, Adrian?
I think we should do that.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out here and see if we can get one up here before this game is over.
All right, Redan right on the right-hand side. Plenty of room. Favoring that right-hand side quite a bit. Comes into the middle. Oh, what a goal! Tremendous goal.
That's Gordocki, who I just told you about, Adrian Brooks, has got a powerful left foot. What a tremendous bang. A smash right into the net. Giving Ray Jarvis, that fine goalkeeper of Tucker, no chance whatsoever. 17 minutes to go in the game. Gordocki scores for Redan and puts Redan ahead 1-0. Describe the action to him, Adrian.
A fine taking goal. Build up over there on the right-hand side one more time. Cross came over. And he took it first time on the volley. Kept the ball low and hard, and you'll beat the goalkeeper most of the time.
Gardaki is a 9th grader.
9th grader.
Gardaki was one of 4 of these Redan players that went to the southern region for a tryout for the national team, which would eventually go to Red China, this mainland China, whatever, in July. He and Tripper Allen, Josh Gournay, and Chadwick, all from this team, all freshmen. What about that, Adrian?
That really is something tremendous. We're going to be seeing a lot of Redan down the road.
And, of course, Gardaki was also a member of the great Liverpool Red 1970 team that won the gold medal in Tampa. So he's got a great background, as does Tripper Allen, of course, and Cornet and Chadwick, as far as the youngsters in this team are concerned.
Tucker now faced with a somewhat of a dilemma. They were hanging on very well. Although the game by no means is over, they've got to sort of change up a bit. Redan certainly had been dominating play throughout, although they have had a number of opportunities. Redan must keep playing. There's a tremendous ball out here on the left-hand side.
Again. Watch this left-footed shot if he gets it away. Look
oh,
at that
what a great
ball.
cross.
Lovely touch.
Oh.
A powerful shot by Adam Gray, number 6. Powerful shot, but a little high and not so handsome after all.
Hey, some fine crosses coming in here. Obviously been working on it quite a bit from both sides. Dangerous crossings that goalkeepers have absolute nightmares with, bending away from them.
I've always liked these balls coming in from the side, Adrian. I think they're very exciting balls.
Exciting to watch.
Yeah, and particularly if you get a fellow with a nice touch, they can put a nice bend on it as it comes across, you know?
A bender.
Bender.
All right, throwing down the line. He did well to keep that in there.
Just like you used to do, Adrian, when your feet and your legs were in shape.
They still are, Gene. Thank you.
Gardaki with the ball for Redan. Another bender across the field to the far side.
I'm afraid if he didn't win that, there's a player right behind him. Tucker still battling away.
Now, where have they got Holy now, Adrian? Do you see him? Or is he on the bench still?
No, Holy's out there. Midfield.
Playing center midfield. He and Gray, I guess, are matched up. Gray number 6, Holy number 17.
Here's number 18 coming in for Tucker. Blaine Vaughan.
Blaine Vaughan. Coming out, I believe, is number 11. That's Paul Gwynn.
Harley Drury having a word with him when he came out.
That was not Paul. That was number 15. Tucker coming out.
Gary Lowe.
Gary Lowe. Gary Lowe's daddy is a coach, a Classic League coach in DeKalb Youth Soccer Association, been involved in soccer for many years. Adrian, we've said it so many times, these boys that shine out here in these high school teams, they've all had a great background in youth soccer, Classic League soccer. Gary, here's ball.
Oh, vicious. Over tenacious attempt to win the ball there, I think.
That was Chris Ball, number 6, the sweeper. He was our player of the game last week, Chris Ball.
Fine young player.
Fine young man.
Fine young man, too. Gave us a great interview.
Yes, sir.
Very classy individual.
That was Mike Miller, number 9 for...
Tucker. Redan knocking the ball around really, really well.
Very fast movement of the ball by Redan. 14 minutes to go in the half. Redan leading 1-0. Redan in the white. Tucker in the crimson. You're watching Prime Cable's Boys High School Soccer Game of the Week, and an exciting game you're watching. Oh, the sweeper for... Oh, look at this. Number...
Back to goalkeeper Ray Jarvis.
Sandifer, right full back. Got a few changes now for Redan in the defensive unit. You got number 1, Harris, as the sweeper. And left full back, you've got Pat Connick. Pat Connick, he also is a freshman. Pat Connick.
This sweeper back here has a lot of composure. Number 1.
Yeah, this is Harris. I saw him play a great game against Lithonia about 3 weeks ago. He played sweeper then. I thought he was very good. Harris, nice solid player.
You know, it's very entertaining to watch this team where they build it up from the back. Very few teams I've noticed in high school have that much confidence in their back players.
We also have another freshman in at right fullback and Josh Cornet on the right side. So we got freshmen all over the place on this. That was Cornet, that miskicking there. That was freshmen all over the place on this Redan team. Boy, that sure speaks well for the future for Redan, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Cornet was also on that team, that regional gold medal winning team, like I say, and Connick too. God, Redan has got all of the, it seems like they have a multitude of excellent players coming up.
Well, 12 minutes to go in the first half. Redan 1, Tucker 0. A Friday night here in DeKalb County at Memorial Stadium. Beautiful night for soccer.
Adam Gray.
Redan in the white, Tucker in the maroon and yellow.
Gurdaki down the line.
Oh, that's a
nice
tremendous
piece of
run. Oh, what a great...
Gurdaki with that big left-hand shot, and I'll tell you, some defender felt that one, Adrian.
That's very smart where he dummied that ball. Let it run on.
Fine
Very
play.
tremendous.
Well, that's indicative of the youth leagues. That's the kind of stuff they learn in the youth leagues and the classic leagues, and you see, they stand out. We've said it so many times. We've seen some teams, high school teams, where the kids, they only play during the soccer season, and the difference is manifest.
Mm-hmm. Once again, we're going to see a long ball coming in here. 50-50 ball to win this.
Crisp ball, up she comes. Sent forward, Gurdaki again.
You know, just making a comment about the various styles of these two teams. Redan always comes out the back with the ball. I've mentioned it a number of occasions already. As you just saw, Tucker, they don't come out of the back with a soccer ball. They knock the ball up, and it's a 50-50 ball, whoever wins it. Redan just won it and brought it right back to them.
We literally have almost a new team in there now, because I counted about 7 or 8 new players coming in. And, of course, you've got to realize, and Coach Harold Henderson of Redan, no doubt, is thinking about tomorrow, Saturday, when he has to play Stone Mountain. So that's Paul Gwynn passing out to his left halfback there, Adrian. No doubt he's thinking about resting these players as much as he can, Adrian. What do you think about that idea?
I don't know so much about that. They have so many players. I think you've also got to be aware of allowing players to get into the flow of the game and showing what they can do. I guess you have an argument on both sides, really, Gene.
All right, Adrian, let's see here. This is a free kick to Redan. Stone Mountain is my team, in the sense that my daughter goes there, and I keep mixing. Oh, look at this. Good save by Ray Jefferson.
Oh, tremendous.
Great finish. Great goal by number 17, Henderson.
Right on top of the play. Very, very smart. Goalkeeper drops the ball, and the player standing around, cherry picking as we call it. Very smart though, well coached. Got to be on top of the play all the time on things like that. Goal scorer was Brad Crouch, I believe.
Brad Crouch with an assist, I believe, from Adam Gray. Friends, we have to reiterate again, bear with us, because there's so frequent changes and substitutions. It is very difficult to keep up with these players, but it was Gray with the assist, and number 17 scored a goal, we do believe. Long ball down into the corner.
Oh, that's tremendous.
These fast Redan players are really putting the Tucker players to the test.
That's quite a mouthful, Gene.
Well, I think they are, because they're moving so fast, and Tucker's trying to keep up with them. And I think you made a good point a moment ago. Tucker's only got 4 substitutes. And with this pace, before the night is over, there's going to be some very tired legs on that Tucker team.
I think so. Just on sheer numbers. ball's knocked out wide. Good tackle.
Adrian, we're going to double check on that goal. I'm not quite sure if it was 17 or if it was Marcus Henderson. We're going to have to check on that with the excitement of the moment. We'll check into it and tell the folks. In any event, it was a nice goal. Very opportunistic goal.
All right, we're down to 8 minutes in the first half. The score is 2-0 to the Redan Raiders in the white. And Tucker has not scored on the evening. They're in the maroon and yellow. Hey, looks like a long throwing coming in.
Oh, look at this. Oh, a little collision there with Ray Jarvis and Wirtz and the incoming Tucker player, Mike Miller. Chadwick on the ball. Nice piece of footwork.
That's a nice ball pushed through.
Oh, look at this footwork.
Oh, unlucky.
Driving shot over the bar.
Love to see attempts like that go in from, 18, 20 yards out, Gene. They're very exciting goals if they're on target and do happen to fly in.
Driving shot by number 12, Terrell Boyd for Redan, right halfback. All right, we got center forward now is Tripper Allen, number 22. There's a ball to Tripper Allen on the move. Chadwick on the outside gets there a little ahead of the play. Chadwick again on the ball, Adrian. Oh, look at the lovely 2 men he just beats and sends it right across the mouth of the goal. Saved by the Redan player.
Oh, what a goal!
Booming shot by Chadwick.
No.
Armstrong, I take it back, number 31. They're all alike out there, these young players, as they're flying around the field. A booming shot from number 31, Kurt Armstrong.
Oh, what a goal.
Describe it to the folks, Adrian Brooks.
There again, a cross coming over and a first-time shot on goal. Pretty much identical to the one that went over the bar earlier on. Tremendous taking goal, keeping his body over the ball and keeping the ball down. Goalkeeper didn't have much of a chance. If he did, I think he'd have been knocked out, saving that one.
All of a sudden, it's 3-0, Redan. Powerful team, Redan, powerful team. All right, Holy. Nice ball inside to number 9, Mike Miller.
There's a lot to be said about this Redan team. They're a very, very strong team, but I think on sheer numbers alone, they really are a formidable team.
That's Paul Gwynn sending it up the field. To show you the power of Redan that you've been talking about, Adrian. Up until this point, Redan has had 12 shots on goal, and Tucker 1. That is a tremendous pounding that Tucker defense is taking.
And I think as the game wears on, especially now that the score is 3-0, a coach turns to his bench and looks at Tucker's bench and sees only 2 players sitting on there. And these players are going to get tired. They're out there chasing a new player every 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, it does get...
Redan, however, they can chop and change all over the place. So
that was Tripper Allen dropping the ball back. It's intercepted, though. Oh, we've got a new goalkeeper in for Redan. Stokes Patterson is in the nets for Redan. We've got to thank our spotters here tonight for the great job they're doing keeping track. That's Chris Ball.
Oh, that's tremendously.
Oh, yes. Chris Ball.
I like that.
Great shot. I saw him in the game against Lithonia take some great cracks, some great free kicks, and score a couple off them. He's got a great shot, great free kicks. Look at that nice run. We've got a player down, Mike Lee, but I think he's all right now.
Ran his player well.
What a nice run by that Redan player that time.
Just under 5 minutes to go, and Redan pressuring.
Wholly on the ball right now.
Holy beats his man quite well. Knocks it down wide. Referee gets in the way.
Holy again, a lovely, Holy with the ball right now. Lovely piece of work, footwork. If I have any complaint about Holy, I think he holds onto the ball a tad too long, Adrian.
He must have just heard you there, Gene.
Pardon me?
He just played a first-time ball there. He must have heard you.
4 minutes to go. 3-0.
Player down injured.
Well, there's another player down injured, Adrian. Mike Lee, number 13, down again. Mike Lee's been playing sweeper. One of 3 or 4 sweepers. Every time you turn around, there's a new sweeper in there for Redan. There's Mike Lee.
I gotta believe that third goal that we just saw, Gene O'Brien, is one of the better goals that we've seen. We've got to be put into our file for Goal of the Year award.
Yeah, I think our director might put that down in his memory bank. But you got Mike Lee, 13, playing sweeper in this game thus far for Redan. Danny Meyer, number 4, has played sweeper, and number 1, Harris, has played sweeper. What? Isn't it nice to have that kind of depth, eh?
Very much so.
Richie.
Chris Ball chasing the ball. Is he going to win it? Yes. Poor clearance, though.
Here's Tripper Allen running. The outside left is running. Look at this ball. Oh, Jarvis goes down and makes a nice save from a hard running right winger, Redan right winger. What a fine run. What a great, courageous save by Ray Jarvis. You got Connick now playing sweeper for Pat Connick, for the 4th or 5th sweeper for Redan tonight. Playing sweeper for Redan, and Richie Fuss in at left fullback.
Oh, that's well ahead from
what
there.
a fine shot.
I like these Redan players.
That was young Andrew Chadwick taking that shot from the outside. Oh, what an explosive team Redan is.
I like some of these Redan players. They're not afraid to have a go on goal from 20, 25 yards out.
I have no quarrel at all with a player that takes that shot when he gets inside the 18 and 20-yard area there. Kids this age, Adrian, seems to me should be able to score from that point. 2 minutes and a half left. 3-0. Redan. Tremendous power shown here tonight by Redan all over the field. Holy.
No,
Paul
it wasn't
Gwynn.
Holy.
Paul Gwynn, number 11. Holy is 17 and Paul Gwynn is 11. Sometimes they get the numbers mixed up. Nice run here.
Good overlapping run back into midfield. Back again. Knocked out of bounds? No. Saved, just saved.
That's 21 Sandifer playing a tremendous, courageous game, right? Fullback number 21 for Tucker. Here he is throwing the ball in. You know, Sandifer had a good game last week, Adrian.
Yeah, he sure was.
And he's playing a courageous game. He's getting battered off from all sides, but he's hanging in tough. He's hanging in strong.
Down the line and out of bounds.
Number 26.
Who's the referees tonight, Gene?
Ed Thomas, the veteran referee, Ed Thomas, is one of them. And the other referee tonight is Jack Wynn.
Okay, thanks, Gene. Back to play, a minute to go in the half. Ball's bouncing around again. Tucker trying to string something. Played up front, dummied over.
This is Tripper Allen, being followed by Brett Venuso, number 4. 4 on 22. 22 is Allen, number 4 is Brett Venuso for Tucker. And here comes a throw-in. Boy, it's hard to keep up with these players. They're running all over the place, and they're coming in and out so fast. This looks like Holy on the ball right now. He gets bumped a little bit. Did you tell me that I have the referees wrong, Adrian?
I don't really know, Gene.
I think I may be in error on the referees. They were listed for the game, but apparently didn't. They made a switch in the last moment. We'll get the referees for the folks if that's important. The game's the thing anyway.
The game's the thing.
That's right.
battling there in midfield. A great ball knocked out wide.
All right, Fran.
Got a rush. There's only 10 seconds to go. Let's see what they do with it. Cracked on goal.
Oh, I'm going to tell you something. This is going to be a great Redan, Clarkston, Lithonia. They're all bunched together as we go into the final 2 weeks. What do you have to say about that first half, Adrian?
It was an entertaining game. Very hard to follow Redan. 3 tremendous goals. They've really strung a lot together. The fact that they have so much depth, they're running players in and out. You know, maybe they are looking tomorrow for a very big game. I don't really know. Tucker, on the other hand, they go into the locker room 3-0 down and wonder what they're going to do in the second half to get back in this game. What would you do if you were the Tucker coach?
Well, let's face it and let's be candid about it. Tucker is a fine team and they're a nice, talented team, but they don't have the depth. They don't have the sheer numbers. They're outnumbered. Harley Drury's got a hard job when he goes into he's going to have to go in there and get this team fired up. All right, friends, first half, and it's 3-0, favor Redan. We'll be back shortly for the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the world.
Hey, champ, the Surgeon General has reported there is a direct link between smoking and heart disease. We know that you can live without it, but can you honestly say you can live with it? Think it over.
I'd rather quit than fight heart disease. Smoking can really knock you out.
The American Heart Association. We're fighting for your life.
Parker, just looking over your work. You know, I usually don't go with freelancers I don't know, and I never heard of you, but I was in a bind, so I thought I'd give you a shot. Wow, these are really fantastic. How'd you like to sign up full-time?
You took a chance on me, I'll take one on you.
Everybody deserves a chance to make it on their own, and there are things you can do to help. Write National Urban League.
America's search for peace must take us to tables like this. And tables like this. That's why thousands of young Americans will soon be traveling to other nations as part of a presidential initiative for peace, International Youth Exchange. Their goal? To help bring the world together, one friendship at a time. For information on costs, programs, and financial aid, write this address.
Mrs. Edwards, how's our favorite volunteer this morning?
20 million people like Joyce Edwards have better things to do than wait at home for their government checks. They have direct deposit, the smart, safe, and easy way of automatically depositing their Social Security or other government checks.
She was good to eat.
For that kind of peace of mind,
And you take it.
ask for it wherever you have a checking or savings account.
Oh, thank you.
Direct deposit. For 20 million people, it's money in the bank.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Memorial Stadium. A beautiful night here for Prime Cable, the second half of Prime Cable's high school soccer game of the week. Tremendous game here. We're seeing tremendous power from this Redan team in the white, leading 3-0 here at the half against Tucker in the crimson. Adrian Brooks, what do you think these coaches told these young athletes at the half?
I don't know, but Redan are right back out on the field and raring to go. I think Tucker's, you know, they're regrouping and going to try and get themselves back in the game. Very hard against a team such as Redan. Very formidable task.
Well,
let's see what they can do.
Adrian, I've known Harley Drury, head coach Harley Drury for years, and Harley's a very competitive fella, and I'm sure he's told these people in there that, by golly, let's go out there and get after him and make a game out of this, because he's a proud man, and his players, I'm sure, will be aggressive and get out here and give us a good second half.
Yeah.
3-0 at the half. Redan leading.
Entertaining first half. Tucker going from right to left. Tucker in the maroon and yellow. Redan in the white and blue.
All right, Adrian, pick up the action as the second half begins.
Scores 3-0 to Redan. Ball's bouncing around in midfield.
That's Paul Gwynn, our goal scorer from last week for Tucker. Looks like we're starting off with the same basic starting lineup that Redan started with. Danny Meyer in the sweeper, Gil Watson up there as stopper, Gerdaki on the left side. Westball center forward. John Hartwick on the other wing, Adrian. Adam Gray, center midfield. Pretty much the same team he started off with. That's Gil Watson slamming the ball down the field, intercepted.
And surprisingly, Tucker's playing exactly the same way as they started.
That's Terrell Boyd, number 12 for Redan, pushing the ball across the field. This is Paul Gwynn, number 11 for Tucker. Adam Gray. Oh, a nice move by Gray. You know, Adrian, this pace still continues. There are the fans. You see some idea of the crowd we have here tonight. It's just a great crowd on a beautiful night here at Memorial Stadium. Probably the biggest crowd we've had this year thus far. Adrian, what do you say?
Tremendous crowd. Very enthusiastic, too.
Got a lot of youngsters down here, too, in their shirts and their little soccer shirts, and they're all here watching their high school heroes, and I like to see that. I like to see these youngsters come out here, and great promotion by Dale Terry, and, of course, the DeKalb County School Administration cooperated in getting all these kids in here for free for this game tonight. It's just nice. All right, Adrian, pick up the action.
All right, we're going to throw him for Tucker. Holy on the ball, knocks it out wide to the right-hand side and goes out of bounds. Quickly, Redan takes a quick throw-in all the way down the line.
Oh, nice ball down the side, and there's Venuso clearing it out.
Referee calls an obstruction.
Adam Gray on the ball for Redan, about to take a kick. You know, Adrian, we got 240 youngsters from the DeKalb Youth Soccer Association here tonight. I beg your pardon, 240 young players as guests of the DeKalb School and Soccer Boosters Club.
Quite a turnout.
Yes, a nice promotion. Well done. Dale Terry deserves a lot of credit for pushing this project, and it's very good.
Redan seemed to be pressuring all over the place.
Yeah.
Harassing every corner of the field.
That's number 14, Stone for Tucker, pulling a foul or free kick. Chris Ball taking the kick for Tucker.
Chris looks upfield and goes out of bounds. Redan. Quick throw-in, I should think, right down the line. 2 or 3 players wanting the ball. Holy goes up for it and wins it. Maya to come over and cover, as usual.
Oh, a trip.
Looked like a breakaway.
Redan leading 3-0. Goals by Henderson, Armstrong, and Gerdaki.
Probably see some sort of set play set up here. Unless the ball is just pumped down the middle. Hopefully someone will knock it on. Looks that way.
Oh, there it is. A beautiful play.
You can see the Redan player was very smart to stay out of bounds. He looked like he was going to be offside. Plays a quick corner kick. Goalkeeper job is out very quickly. See some smart things being done by these Redan players. Good coaching.
Well, you've got Coach Harold Henderson for Redan, a fine coach, veteran coach. Harold's been around many years. And, of course, you've got Harley Drury, whom I spoke about a moment ago. Harley's been around since the year 1, it seems. He's a fine coach and used to coach in the youth years ago. And, of course, he's been coaching at Tucker for, I think, the last, at least 10, 12 years. Adrian, we're pleased to have with us in the booth tonight Dr. Oren from the principal of Redan. Dr. Oren, thank you very much for dropping by. What a powerful, impressive team you've got out here tonight.
Yes, it's really a pleasure to watch these young men play. I tell you, the student body is giving a good deal of support tonight, and we're just very happy that they're doing as well as they are. They've got another big game coming up tomorrow night, so I just hope they save some of it for then.
Well, that's right. You're tied with, I think there's Clarkston, Redan, a great shot there by Redan forward. You've got Clarkston, you've got Redan, and you've got Lithonia. So you've got 3 teams fighting for 2 spots.
Right. We lost to Clarkston earlier. I think we tied Lithonia. So the game tomorrow night with Stone Mountain is just exceptionally big because another loss will put us in a pretty bad spot, I think, as far as the playoff picture is concerned.
That's exactly right. And, of course, Dr. Oren, not only do you all have tremendous athletic programs over there, but you've got a fine school academically, too.
Yes, we're very proud of our students, academically as well as on the athletic field. You mentioned Coach Henderson a minute ago. I think that's the secret, really, that we have. We have excellent teachers, excellent coaches, good leadership all the way around. And I think that the young people at Redan are very fortunate to have the type program that we have. And, of course, that's credit to the coaches and the teachers there.
Well, I'll tell you another thing, Dr. Oren, as we watch the action here in front of the Tucker goal, nice save by Jarvis, you've got a fine man, a fine, decent man in Bill Brock, too, who's your head coach of the girls.
Right. Bill Brock has been at Redan for several years and, of course, has threatened to retire several times, but each year we ask him to come back and do one more year for us. He's been willing to do that, and he always does a great job, and this year is certainly no exception.
Dr. Oren, thank you very much for dropping by and chatting with us. We had the pleasure of the principal from Tucker on a little earlier this evening, and we really appreciate you taking the time coming by and speaking to our viewers and telling us about your fine school. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to play then. Score is still 3-0 here at Memorial Stadium. Redan in the whites, Tucker in the maroon and yellow. Referee calls a corner kick. Probably look for a real quick corner kick. Oh, what a goal. What a great goal.
Oh, what a shot.
Quick corner kick. Ball's played hard and low across the near post. Someone running right in.
That was number 26, Hardwick. Hardwick, number 26, Redan coming through like a flash and smashing, literally smashing that ball into the net. 4-0.
Well taken
Adrian.
goal, hard and low. Hard and low, tremendous. As coaching, a little coaching comes into that. Quick corner kick. A lot of the free kicks that you've seen so far have taken very quickly. Tucker being maybe a tad little slow, getting back to recover. Scores 4-0, 32 minutes to go in the second half.
You know, as a coach, Adrian, particularly if a Redan coach, he's got to wonder and hope that his team does not leave all of its intensity and its scoring power on the field tonight, because he does have that big game with Stone Mountain tomorrow.
Very big game.
But I think there's enough power, enough scoring power in this Redan team to go around.
Okay, let's see if Tucker can get back into this. They've been battling away for quite a long time and nothing has come for them. Redan's right down the right-hand side. Looking for a great cross, dangerous cross coming in. Gets the ball back and... oh, unlucky.
What a nice run by Marcus Henderson for Redan there. Nice run, Adrian, right down the right side. And the Tucker player has to be tired by now. He's probably seen 3 or 4 different waves of players coming at him. And he had to chase down 40, 50 yards down the field. That's going to get very tiresome by the time this game is over.
Going to the far post, cleared out. Okay, bringing the ball down. Knocked up to the front player, out to right-hand side. Number 7 for...
Casanova.
Jeff Casanova.
Jeff Casanova. You know, Adrian, we were speaking a little earlier about this nice crowd we had here tonight. And we mentioned about some college coaches being present in the group watching these young players play. I'm pleased to tell you that we have Coach Bill Barfield from the Citadel drop by our booth. And, Coach, what about this game?
Well, I think the key to Redan's play has been in defense. They have not allowed Tucker to do anything, because every time the Tucker offense has got the ball, they've defended tightly against them, kept their head down, and in the attack, Redan, instead of playing, as Adrian has mentioned several times, instead of playing 50-50 balls, the strikers are checking back for the ball and showing for the midfielders to play the ball into them, and then the players play the direction they're facing, and it's helped to make their team very successful. And I think another thing too that Redan has going for it, they seem to have a number of outstanding athletes. Not only are they good soccer players, but the boys appear to have good speed and agility, and of course those things are necessary in any athletic event, and particularly so in soccer.
Well, Adrian, Bill, I believe you're exactly right. And of course, we here in the Atlanta area, we are pleased as punch to have you coaches, college coaches, come down here and look at these young athletes that we have. We feel are homegrown athletes here, soccer players, and we are pleased to have you come down here and look at these players. Generally, Bill, what have you found with respect to the quality of the soccer player in the Atlanta area?
Well, I recruit basically in the eastern United States, and
great shot there, by the way, nicely saved by Jarvis. Go ahead, Bill.
The quality of the players in Atlanta is equivalent to the players in Northern Virginia, and that's Northern Virginia is probably one of the best areas on the East Coast to recruit, the Washington D.C. area. But every year in Atlanta, the players get better and better, and I think it's a credit probably to youth coaching, and you know, the high school coaches do a terrific job, but you know, these kids don't learn these things by playing high school soccer 2 or 3 months out of the year. The clubs are doing a tremendous job in training these kids how to do some of the things that they do.
Well, thanks a terrible lot, Bill, for coming down, chatting with us. I know you're busy with your books and you're watching these players, and I know we've had some players from the Atlanta area play up there for at the Citadel. I remember a fine young man out of Atlanta, a boy by the name of David Hovey. Didn't he play up there in the Citadel? Is he from Atlanta?
Yeah, he sure was, and he was a tremendous player, all-conference player, a captain of our team, and was a great leader and a great player for us. And we were sorry to see him go when he graduated.
Well, thank you very much, Coach Barfield, for coming down and chatting with us on your busy schedule, and we wish you a lot of luck in your recruiting, and hopefully we'll see some more Georgia and Atlanta players up there at the Citadel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, back to the game. Holy winning the ball in midfield, going out. Tucker has got a throw-in right on the halfway line. Number 25 for Tucker.
Holy, number 17. See that tremendous authoritative tackle there by that Redan player, Adrian. That was just a tremendous authority. The tackle was so powerful.
David Robbins with a throw-in.
Tackle was made by number 19, Peter Nicolini. Number 19, Peter Nicolini. That's
there's a great cross. Golden opportunity.
Chance. Oh, too bad. A good effort there. Miller's up there.
Goalkeeper misjudged that ball.
Casanova's up there. A number of the players were up there. Tough luck there for Tucker. Chris Ball was up there even. The sweeper, all the way back from his sweeper spot, number 6.
Everybody wants to score.
After 13 minutes of the second half, Adrian, 8 shots and goal by Redan, 1 for Tucker.
David Robbins again with a good tackle. Redan all over the place. Dynamite effort on goal. Shot. Unlucky.
That was Gardocki, Chris Gardocki, the freshman. Fine player. You know, Bill Barfield was exactly right, Adrian. He said that not only did Redan have good soccer players, but had great athletes. Take Gardocki out there. Kicker for the football team, quarterback for the football team. And I would go on record right now, and I've said it already, I think he's next Kevin Butler in terms of being a kicker. I had Kevin Butler as a young soccer player, as a 16-year-old, and he was a tremendous kicker. You know, Kevin Butler being the kicker for Georgia. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I've had Gardocki now for 4 seasons. I think Gardocki is as strong and powerful, just as was Kevin Butler. But he's exactly right. There's a number of great athletes. Wes Ball is a great football player for Redan, number 2, playing soccer. So they're just good athletes. Bill is exactly right.
That's a good point. They are. You can see that they're all... here's
Gardocki. Here's Gardocki.
Great goal.
Chris Gardocki beats a man, goes inside, takes his shot, bangs it in the net. Goal number 2 for Chris Gardocki.
Persistency paid off there for him. 2 or 3 tackles he shook off. Tremendous goal. Fine athletes, these players. Not only they're good in soccer and various sports, they're tremendous conditioning too. Seems that they can run all day.
Well, I've had Chris Gardocki, like I say, for 4 seasons. He's one of the finest young men that I've ever coached, and he's just a fine young man to go with being a great athlete. As are all of these boys. Redan is very lucky. Not only do they have a good athlete, but they've got a good caliber of boy, too. Not to say that Tucker doesn't. Tucker is overwhelmed by pure numbers here tonight. Tucker's got, like you say, Adrian, they've got 11 on the field and 3 or 4 on the bench. Over on the far side, Redan's got, what, about 40 or 50 players on the bench.
Yeah.
Just pure numerical
40 or 50?
supremacy.
Hang on there, Gene.
They have about 40 to 50 players on the varsity team at Redan.
Wow.
So Tucker is just overwhelmed. They have also got excellent athletes, but they cannot match the depth, the pure depth of Redan. And it's reflected in the score, and it'll get, as the game goes on, you've got to feel that Tucker's going to get more tired and more tired. Pick it up, Adrian.
Well, the score's 5-0 with 25 minutes to go. Redan 5, Tucker 0. Referee calls offside, and I think it was just barely offside.
Fans, if you enjoy watching these high school soccer games, and you're seeing some great athletes from both clubs out here tonight, write to Prime Cable, 2818 East Ponce de Leon Avenue, Decatur 30030. Tell those people, you got it on the screen right now, you've got the address on the screen. Write and tell those people that you enjoy it. We're seeing some great stuff, great athletes out here tonight. But you got to write and let them know, because these things stay on the air on the weight of the interest shown by the fans out there. And they don't know your interest unless you drop a note and write in. As a matter of fact, Adrian, I'm a little disappointed with the folks this year, because last year I think we had a greater response, letter response than this year. So they need to get a few letters in here so we can keep this great high school soccer program on the air. Great turn on the ball there. Chris Ball, now here's Chris Ball. Number 6, he's the sweeper, Adrian. The last 2 or 3 times, Chris Ball has been up the field trying to score. He's another fine player.
Trying to spark his team, trying to get something going.
Yes, he is.
I think Redan have also made another goalkeeping change. They've taken Stokes is back in goal. Stokes.
You're getting good at keeping track of these 40, 50 players, Adrian.
Yeah. Stokes Patterson.
Now, here's your man, Chris Ball, again. He's involved in every aspect of the play. He's a sweeper.
He's had a go from this far out before. Let's see if he puts one on goal.
What about that,
lucky.
Adrian Brooks? A lovely shot by Chris Brooks. Probably a yard.
Chris Brooks.
Chris Ball. A great shot. Probably about a yard over the crossbar, but a nice shot. I like that Chris Ball. He gives everything you've got. This is the first time I've seen him play this week and last week. He's just a good player, isn't he?
Yeah, very much so. Floating around. Whole league gets up and wins it. Got 3 players going in for this.
This is Paul Gwynn. Referee calls a foul. Ed Thomas says you're on his back. And free kick to Redan. Andy Kimball, number 14, is in now as a fullback for Redan.
Clashing heads there. Number 11 for Tucker.
That's Paul Gwynn.
Back.
Ho. Holding it too long, Adrian. A tad too long at times. Jimmy Stone, number 14.
Knocked out of bounds. Redan off again.
See how fast they're running.
Quick throw-in.
It must be very frustrating to have to keep up with all these fresh players. Number 21 for Redan. Cassidy, Colin Cassidy. Colin's got a cast of some kind on his arm out there.
That's some nice stuff here.
Oh, down he goes.
I gotta believe you're gonna see something special in a situation like this. This is prime location for a set play.
Let's watch Gardocki. Let's see if Coach Harold Henderson lets him take a shot. This is Gardocki. And Allen. Allen and Gardocki, number 22. 22, Allen. Let's see what they do with the ball here.
I think you can see a
Allen's
crack on
running up
goal.
on the ball.
That's questioning the wall being 10 yards, I think. Referee Ed Thomas is going to take them back.
All right, you've got Allen running on the ball, and you've got 11, Gordaki, lurking in the background. Let's see, fans, let's see what they do. Yeah. Oh, there's the shot I was telling you about, Adrian. A bullet, but just wide of the right post.
Yeah, he kept it low and hard. Goalkeeper didn't really see it until the last second. Would have been on goal. Might have been one of the better goals we've seen tonight.
We've seen some good ones tonight, though, Adrian.
I think so.
I think you liked that one of Boyd's, did you not? Terrell Boyd, number
Yeah,
12. And Armstrong was a nice goal, too. Kurt Armstrong, number 31. All right. That's Colin Cassidy.
Oh.
Bumping. I thought he was bumping the back of Paul Gwynn a little bit, but referee sees it otherwise. Referee Ed Thomas, the veteran referee. That's Lowe, left fullback. Over here for Tucker.
You know, we haven't really seen one of these long throw-in specialists. Maybe this, as we've seen in many other games, Gene.
Yeah.
Where the ball's hitting the front and far post.
Haven't seen him for a while. That.
Oh, that's a nice ball.
Nice ball.
Oh, what a goal! What a great goal!
See, Adrian, you see what I mean about the boy's shot?
Ooh.
You don't see the ball. Let me tell you a story about young Gordaki. We had a tryout a year ago for a goalie tryout, and we brought this young man out to try out who has a reputation of being a good goalkeeper. Unfortunately, he had to face Gordaki first. The first shot Gordaki shot bent his hands back. The goalkeeper said he wasn't going to try out anymore. He came back a week later, and lo and behold, who was it again but Gordaki taking the first shot on again. Same thing happened to his hand, and we didn't see the goalkeeper anymore. He's that strong a shot. He's a remarkable shot. 3 goals for Christopher Gordaki.
I gotta believe for a person who's been trained in field goals and things like that, they'd have a hard time converting over because they're, you know, leaning back to put the ball over the field goal. Players like that have got to get it into the head to get the body over it, to keep it low and hard.
You're exactly right. When he would come back to play with us after playing his football, it took a full month to get him back into kicking the ball, soccer, the correct form for a soccer player, because he was kicking it high all over the place. But he's such an athlete, he could adjust rather quickly, and he's just an amazing young man.
Scores 6-0 in favor of Redan.
All right, we got 3 goals by Gordaki, 1 by Armstrong, 1 by Marcus Henderson, and 1 by Hartwick. There's your 6 goals, 6-0. Redan leading, Redan in the white. Tucker in the crimson.
Gene, hypothetically speaking, if the score holds up and Redan do go on to win this game, what will be the records of the 2 teams playing tonight?
The records of the, well, I don't know. I can't pinpoint down the record of Tucker because they've had a few losses, so that would put them out of the runoff chances. But let me tell you what it does do. It creates an interesting situation because here we go on the run here. This is Henderson turning the ball in. Out comes Ray Jarvis, who's had a very busy night tonight, plucking the ball out of the back of the net through no fault of his own. It's just an overwhelming power of Redan. But what it does is it puts us into the final weeks with Clarkston unbeaten and Redan and Lythoni with exactly the same records. So that's what it does.
Number 1, Greg Harris knocks the ball out wide to the left. A nice chip ball into space. Good tackle. Two Redan players going for the ball and miss. Holy on the ball, keeping on to it. Unlucky.
Chadwick, look at this run by David Chadwick's boy, Andrew. Nice run. I wonder if old David Chadwick, the old professional soccer player, is here tonight watching this game. Adrian, do you have any information as to whether or not he's here tonight?
I have really no idea, Gene.
Fans will remember David, as we've said before, he was the coach of the Atlanta Chiefs and had a very successful indoor season with the Atlanta Chiefs when they were here indoor. Then he came back on this very stadium, Adrian, with the DeKalb Generals. He was the coach of the Generals. Right here at this they played right here. This was their home field. David is now back living in Atlanta after stints with the Minnesota Strikers as the coach of the Strikers.
Oh, this is a nice build-up.
Run.
A little too much there, I think. Beat his man quite well, but left himself a bit too exposed.
That was Pat Connick, the fullback. Now, see, you're talking about athletes like Coach Bill Garfield was saying. Look at that lovely run from Pat Connick. He's the fullback way back here. Ran, what, 40 yards down the field with the ball and a nice run from the back.
I got to believe with that many players out there on Redan's team, when you do get the opportunity to get forward, you certainly take it.
That's Lowe playing left fullback there and cleared that ball out. Tinker Small throwing the ball in.
Tinker, his father is another person of the Chiefs days. Ken Small, the marketing director of the Atlanta Chiefs, now has his own company here in Atlanta, Ken Small Marketing.
That's right. He was very active in soccer for years. Great tradition over here at Redan. Great soccer tradition. You think of the Mike Minshews and the Aaron Blakeneys and all those great players that have gone on from Redan into college and doing very well for themselves. Are just great. But, you know, interestingly enough, Clarkston beat Redan, Adrian, about a month ago, 3-2, in one of the best soccer games, boys soccer games I've ever seen. Really? It was a tremendous game. Went into double overtime, and Clarkston finally won it with 30 seconds to go. Tremendous 3-2 win. The only blemish on Redan's record other than the tie with Lithonia.
Redan certainly have to be one of the candidates for the title this year, don't you think?
All right, we got a run here. But it's dropped back. You see how calmly it's dropped back by the defensive players. That Tinker Small. Connick, Pat Connick dropping it back. Look at this run right now by Chadwick. This is Andrew Chadwick. Boom. Andrew has very nice skills, and he runs very well, as you see, with the ball. He does have a slight problem, and that is finishing. You've seen him now make 2 or 3 nice runs in the last 5 or 10 minutes. He has little problems finishing. If he ever gets that, if he can ever get control of finishing, he is going to be a superb talent. Not that he is not now, but he is going to be a superb talent. Out goes Chadwick. He goes out. Some substitutions being made by Redan. 13 minutes to go. 6-0. And the big crowd is now somewhat silent as they subdued as the game obviously seems to be going Redan's way. Well, if people like to see goals, they've seen them tonight, Adrian.
6 beauties, I think. 5 or 6 beauties.
Holy. Still think Holy holds onto the ball a little too long. That's all right, Holy. You're a good player nonetheless. Plays well. But you see, the problem is if you hold on to the ball too long with people crowding around you, it makes it just that much difficult to do anything with it.
You do it draw attention.
You sure do.
Redan, Tucker's still battling away, I think. A couple of players out there, that, you can see that they haven't really thrown in the towel. They do battle until the final whistle. And that's a good sign. Ball going out of bounds over here on the Tucker side. Quick throwing all the way down the line.
Oh, look at that ball right across the mouth of the goal. That was Bixler. Bixler playing right wing now for... Playing right wing for Redan now. We're letting the fans watch this action now as you see these Redan players just literally run all over the field, and Tucker gamely trying to stay with him, and we must have 14 very tired Tucker players on the field. 11 very tired Tucker players out there in the field, Adrian. We're down now to 11 minutes and 22 seconds. Redan leading 6-0. We're trying to get some kind of a read now on the players that Redan have in the game.
Here's a question for you, Gene O'Brien. With such a big game looming right in front of Redan tomorrow, what advice, since you've done so much coaching with youth players, what advice would you tell these Redan players to do tonight in order to generate strength or whatever for the big game tomorrow? Straight home, straight to bed, and good meal tonight?
Well, there's no question about it. You don't want them running out at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, that's for sure. As a coach, I've never appreciated that kind of lack of discipline by players. You know, big games on the next day and they're out running around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Get on home and get a good night's rest. And then forget this game, put it behind you, because this game is history. In another 10 minutes, this game is history. And the next big hurdle is the game against Stone Mountain. It's a game they got to win. It's as simple as that.
Referees called a penalty kick. Called a penalty kick. Redan player coming through, and seemingly his legs were taken out from under him. Referee was right on top. Taking the penalty kick is Maya.
Number 4.
Danny Maya. Where's he going to put it? Oh,
he
missed it completely.
Now, let me tell you a little story about Danny Meyer. Danny Meyer is a defender. And probably the very thought of being up there in front of a goal and having a chance to take a shot at the goal so bamboozled him, he just shot that ball wide right. Danny Meyer.
Danny Meyer also going out of the game with 5 or 6 substitutions.
All righty, we've got players coming in and out now for both teams as we're winding down with 9 minutes left to go. I'm looking out there, and I'm going to use one of your favorite expressions, Adrian Brooks. There's a lot of tired legs on that Tucker team.
No question about it, Gene.
That's Paul Gwynn, number 11. He's played hard.
Yeah, he's had a tough game tonight.
Yes,
Battled away.
He's given it all he could give it, and here he is taking the free kick, Paul Gwynn. Nice ball.
Deep cross coming in.
Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal from a ball by Paul Gwynn. We were just talking a moment ago about
Holy scored.
What a nice game that Gwynn, or what a hard game he's had, and Holy is there to connect with the ball and nod it into the net. 7 goals tonight, Adrian Brooks. For those folks that like goals in their soccer, they've had them tonight.
They certainly have. Tremendous goal coming over. One of them crosses that comes in that's sort of a daring cross for the goalkeeper. Is he going to come or isn't he? Goalkeeper decided to stay on his line. Ball came flying across, and Holy got up above the rest of the pack and put it down low and into the back of the net.
Well, that won't be of too much consolation to Tucker, but at least they broke the ice, Adrian, and they can go home and say they scored.
Well, it's nice to see them score.
Yeah, you don't like those shutouts.
You sure don't. Okay, let's see what's going to happen on this. Ball's played into midfield. Okay, we got a quick counterattack.
That's Paul Gwynn again, number 11. Hard charged out there on that side by both players. Referee's blowing hard. Oh, we got a player down, Adrian.
Looks to be down in a lot of pain, too.
Yes, indeed. Let's see if we can get that gentleman's number. He seems like he may be hurting rather badly here. We've got the glasses on him now, Adrian. We'll see if we can find out who that young man is.
Play has stopped at the moment. Seems to be an injury down on the field.
Well, we certainly hope that young man is not hurt that too badly. I don't like the way he's moving around down there, Adrian. Everybody's crowded around him. Still can't see. We're trying to see who that... There you see this huge crowd we have here tonight. What a great crowd. What a great crowd we have here tonight, Adrian.
I don't know if you can notice, but the person in the red there is the Stone Mountain coach, Bob Rumble, here for a very apparent reason.
He sure is. That's Bob Rumble in the red sweatsuit there.
Doing a little scouting.
Yeah, he's here scouting the game, big game he has with Redan tomorrow. Number 7, the boy down is Spencer Morrison, a junior halfback.
Looks to be a very bad injury. It's something that all soccer players or all athletes, anybody really hates to see things like this happen.
Putting an inflatable cast on his leg, our spotter tells us, Adrian, and that does not bode too well for the young man. Let's hope it's nothing serious. Adrian,
this is something that you really never like to see, Gene, and very, very sad things like this. A young player ran his heart out tonight and really had a good game.
Spencer Morrison, a junior.
You see trainers out there, and something that's very, very sad.
You see part of the Redan squad on the sideline, and as the camera pans, you'll see the number of players. Look at all those players on the sideline. You can see the picture of all those Redan players. We've been telling you about the huge squad that Redan has, and these are all varsity players. I think they're in the number in about the 40 or 45. And Adrian, like we've said so often tonight, that has to be an open.
Dribs and drabs. Huh? They must have driven their own cars or something. Play each other against each other. So they're all taking classes at the same campus, and like they have to let them finish out because they have a scholarship and everything. Mm-hmm. There he is, the last one.
I wonder why they had to drive.
Something about the buses that they didn't. Maybe that, I don't know, who knows. Four subs. Yeah, it's going on.
pretty. Oh, boomer. It's the first time they got the ball on this end of the field, so it made Redan mad. A nice fullback run, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure was.
Oh, advantage. Took the advantage right away from that play, didn't he? Keeper gave up on that one. That was still active.
I know.
I'd be a lot of falling on my face about 30 minutes ago.
Sure was.
Who's that? Who's 12? Is it 12 that did that?
That's John Hartwig, I think. No, 12 is Terrell Boyd. That was John Hartwig there.
Oh, was it? 26?
Pretty pass, pretty pass. Ouch.
You didn't see the other guy?
No.
Yeah. That's a drop ball there, isn't it? Could you manage away? Is that a drop off? Could you manage away from something like that?
All you can do, it's not a penalty. You can't give him a kick.
Can't give him a kick.
Ooh. Almost got an assist on the fullback. Two, let's throw.
Kevin played a lot, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He'll be tired. What Kathy says after.
I've been doing it since I was 11. Still at least 3 nights a week, at least.
Oh my goodness.
Who do you babysit for?
People in my neighborhood.
Mm.
I'm the oldest one in the neighborhood because it's fairly new.
Mm-hmm.
We were the first ones there, and we moved here 7 years ago.
Oh.
So everyone else has small children. Most of them are under 5. Well, it's lots of fun. They're all boys, too. There's 2 little girls.
Oh,
and
really?
the rest of them are boys.
Yeah. He didn't even know he I didn't realize he was expecting to play. Usually it's that thin and... Yeah, maybe.
You make me nervous. If it was on the show and be watching, I wouldn't keep up with it. I'd keep fast. No, we don't want to.
I don't hear what you said. What?
You wear contacts? That's what I hear all the time. Oh.
Offsides again. The guy was way deep. He missed another one.
Oh, there was two. There were two.
That guy wouldn't call that. He's not a very good
Isn't that where
referee.
he should be?
Looks like it.
He's right there in the...
That guy has been out here learning the whole time. How are your kittens?
They're growing.
Are they cute?
Yeah, well, one of them's ugly. Most of them are cute. They're really getting big, though. Their eyes are open now. And they're noisy. And
Nice coach.
What'd he say?
They were just standing around when you found out that last Friday. What he did, put the second string in, they won or something.
No.
Where'd he go?
Remind you of Heather?
Yeah.
Oh. There's players here.
I don't know.
Do the girls play today?
I don't know. What are the substitute now for? You got one throw in.
I guess they don't want it very much. The last game they just let him.
He can throw the ball.
He sure can. He just had a real necklace or the boy that just went up through it and then came out again. I was just saying that my son, he just had that kind of surgery. I sure wouldn't want him out there playing soccer, but that's what they were going to do, just throw it in. Junior, not let him play.
Probably 13.